For thousands of years, various cultures around the world have used Jack in the bush plant to treat a variety of ailments. And in Jamaica, this plant is traditionally used to treat coughs, colds, as well as other respiratory infections. Stay tuned. Welcome to another episode of Earth's Medicine, the channel that introduces you to the healing wonders of Mother Earth with a Jamaican flavor. So today I'm going to introduce you to Jack on the bush, more commonly known as Jack in the bush plant here in Jamaica. Specifically, I will be sharing the plant genus, scientific name, common names, origin, distribution, habitat, health benefits, and how Jamaicans use this plant to treat respiratory infections as well as other ailments. So without further ado, let's jump right into the video. Jack in the bush, pronounced Jack on a bush or Jack in a bush by Jamaicans, is a local variant of the plant genus Chromalena, which includes 1,200 species of small herbs, shrubs, and sub-shrubs. It is a part of the Asteraceae family, which is also known as the sunflower family. Its preferred scientific name is Chromalena odorata. However, its formerly preferred scientific name was Eupatorium odoratum. Some of its common names include Siam weed, Christmas bush, baby tea, bitter bush, and, as mentioned before, Jack in the bush, among many other names in other countries and languages. Jack in the bush is native to Central and South America, but can be found growing throughout tropical and subtropical areas like Jamaica and the rest of the Caribbean, some parts of the United States, Africa, Asia, as well as Oceania. It grows best in sunny, open areas such as along roadsides, in abundant fields, pastures, and disturbed forests, but tolerates semi-shade conditions as well. In Jamaica, it can be found growing all over the island, wildly, organically, and abundantly in forests, backyards, and other green spaces. Jack in the bush is an upright, fast-growing, long-lived plant that forms dense bushes which can grow up to 3 meters tall. The stems are slender with oppositely arranged leaves that are triangular or diamond shaped with jagged edges and a pointed tip. It has 3 prominent veins near the base of its leaves, which resemble a pitchfork. And this is one of the things that makes this plant unique. Young leaves of the plant are purplish at the base, and this is another thing that makes this plant unique. When crushed, the leaves of the plant give off an aromatic odor, and the plant also produces white flowers which tend to flower from October to January in Jamaica, then becomes dormant, and then springs again in March to April annually. The seeds are airborne and are mainly distributed by wind, but they can also spread by attaching themselves to machinery as well as people and animals. Jack in the bush is also a very invasive plant. And is even considered one of the world's worst weeds. It has been shown that Jack in the bush plant does contain anti-cancer, anti-diabetic, anti-inflammatory, antimicrobial, antioxidant, as well as anti-hepatotoxic properties. The plant also has phytochemical properties, which includes alkaloids, flavonoids, flavonone, essential oils, phenolics, saponins, tannins, as well as terpenoids. Jack in the bush plant also has eupolin, chromomoric acid, quercetin, as well as quercetin, all of which contribute to its medicinal effects. As mentioned previously, various cultures around the world have used Jack in the bush as a part of their traditional medicine for thousands of years, and it has been said to help with the prevention, control, or cure of a variety of health issues. For example, soft tissue wounds and burns, inflammation, rheumatic fever, skin infections, malaria, hypertension, diabetes, diarrhea,
and spasms. People have also used the plant as a diuretic, as an astringent, to treat vertigo, and to calm themselves from nervous disorders and insomnia, among other things. In Jamaica, Jack in the bush plant is used to treat a few ailments. However, it is chiefly used traditionally to treat fever, sinusitis, as well as other respiratory issues such as the common cold, the flu, asthma, and bronchitis. And this is usually done by harvesting fresh leaves from the plant or by using the dried leaves to make quote-unquote bush tea. Some persons harvest the shoot of the plant and combine it with other herbs and coconut milk to treat bronchitis in children. Some Jamaicans also use Jack in the bush to treat coughs as well as nasal congestion, and they do this by crushing fresh leaves from the plant and inhaling them. Some Jamaicans also use Jack in the bush plant to treat cuts as well as bruises. They do this by harvesting young leaves from the plant. They then wash them and crush them. Then they clean the cut or bruise from dirt or blood. Then they place the crushed leaves onto the wound. Then they bandage the affected area. And this is said to promote healing. It is said that persons also use Jack in the bush tea to treat
eczema, measles, chickenpox,
as well as inflammation.
If you're going to be using freshly harvested leaves to make your tea, then I would recommend that you harvest maybe about 5 or 6 of the leaves. Then you're going to wash them properly. Then you are going to put your water to boil. And while that is being done, you're going to go ahead and cut your leaves into small pieces. After that is done, you're going to measure the amount that you need. Once that's done, you're going to add the leaves to boiling water. Then you're going to boil the leaves for just about 30 seconds, just to kickstart the process. Then you're going to turn off the flame and steep these leaves for about 3 to 5 minutes. Then you're going to strain the liquid into a cup and sweeten with honey. This tea has a really sweet and pleasant taste, in my opinion. Some persons recommend that you can have up to 3 cups daily. However, especially if you're on any medication, and you would like to try the tea, I would suggest that you speak to your doctor first, and if you get the green light, then perhaps you can start off with 1 cup first and just see how your body responds to it. If all goes well, then perhaps you can increase the dosage. It's not recommended for you to take herbal teas all the time, so it's best that you take occasional breaks. Jack in the bush plant should not be taken by pregnant women, as it may cause a miscarriage, low birth rate, or congenital abnormalities. Medical disclaimer: the information shared on Earth's Medicine is for the purpose of enlightenment. It is not to be used as a substitute for pharmaceutical medicine. Please see your doctor before using Jack in the bush plant.